Only white supremacists think Messi is as good or better than Pele. Here's why. Messi is a product of steroid use. Now, when you go onto Mr. and Mrs. Google, they will tell you it was growth hormones and he had to take them because he was very small. But the truth is, they're steroids. Messi was given steroids for years as a teenager, going through puberty. And the benefits of those growth hormones, steroids, are lifelong. It means that Messi can be taller. It means that Messi can run faster. It means that Messi can jump higher. And still, with all those benefits from the hormones, he's not outdone Pele. Now, what would have happened if Pele had been given steroids? He'd be faster and stronger than Messi. And we'd know about it. We'd be told, Pele can't be the greatest player because he was given steroids when he was a youth. But no one says that about Messi, because we have to cover up those facts in order to do number 2, which is Messi is a product of the Great White Hype Syndrome. Great White Hype Syndrome is when racist white people can't accept that a black person is better than them in any given industry or field. So they have to fabricate a competitor, an equal who is white. Now, in boxing, this was Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano was good, let's not get it wrong, but he wasn't as good as Muhammad Ali. In track and field, that would be, for example, Alan Wells in the 100 metres. He was good, he won, but he's not as good as Linford Christie, Carl Lewis or Usain Bolt. And in football, the great white hype, this great white hope that they want to put next to the black hope and say, look, white people are better than black people. White people are supreme to black people. That great white hype is Messi, or maybe Maradona. Messi is a product of the Great White Hype Syndrome. Now, why does the Great White Hype in football come from Argentina? That leads us on to number 3. Argentina is a safe haven for Nazis. After the Second World War, racist, eugenicist, Holocaustist Nazis fled from Germany because they'd lost the war and went and hid in Argentina.
Wow!
Argentina allowed them to come and hide there. That tells you something about the mentality of Argentina as a country. If Argentina was a person, probably would have been a Nazi. Now let's exemplify this point some more. Why are there no black players in the Argentinian team? This is South America. The continent is full of black people, but there seems never to be any black players in the Argentinian football team. Where are all the black people that were in Argentina? Did they leave when the Nazis arrived? Were they killed when the Nazis arrived? Great white hype, racist Argentina. 4. Now let's look at the stats. When Pele was playing football, there was no red cards. So someone could kick the living daylights out of him and they wouldn't get sent off. There was virtually no protection from referees. No protection from VAR. On top of that, Pele had to overcome racism. So now we always say for a black person to succeed, they have to do 10 times as much as a white person. So how much did Pele have to do to be considered in the same bracket as Maradona and Messi? 10 times as much! Duh! Pele has a better goal per games ratio at international level and club level. Pele scored more hat-tricks. Pele scored more goals. Pele won more Ballon d'Ors. Yes, he did. I know you're saying he didn't win any, but you don't know the history of Ballon d'Ors. Up to the early 90s, South American players could not be considered for Ballon d'Ors. And what do French journalists know about football anyway? But that's another argument. South American players could not be considered. When they went back and said, oh, well, if they were considered, Pele would have won 7 Ballon d'Ors. Now, on top of winning those 7 Ballon d'Ors, all previous Ballon d'Or winners selected Pele as the footballer of the century. So that's 7 Ballon d'Ors plus the player of the century Ballon d'Or. That's 8. Pele has 8 Ballon d'Ors. Messi has 7. Pele won more World Cups than anybody. He's won 3. No other player has won 3 World Cups. Pele won his first World Cup at the age of 17. Messi, 35. Maradona, 26. Like, come on. It's no competition. Finally, there are black people who think Messi is better than Pele. They say, I never saw Pele play. Well, now Pele has passed and become an ancestor. All the footage that the TV companies have been sitting on is now starting to resurface, right? That's the first thing. Here's the second thing. This belief that because you're black, you can't be a white supremacist is like saying a black police officer can't target black people. Like, really? Have you watched Boys in the Hood? Since the days of Django, black people have been more white supremacists than white people. Why? Because Massa taught them to be white supremacists, therefore to hold white people as supreme over black people. So black people are more white supremacists than white people. So, I'll say it again. White supremacists think Messi is better than Pele. And we'll finish off this little video with this point. No one raindrop thinks it's responsible for the flood. So if you're black or white, after hearing this video and still think Messi is better than or as good as Pele, then you are one raindrop in hurricane white supremacy. Ooh. This is Black Think Tank. Tell us what you think.